Count money, man. Stack riches. Try and told him I'm a beast, bud.
What's up, gang? Welcome back to another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day, and we're going to talk about, are you a cancer or a captain? Are you a cancer to the locker room, or are you a captain in the locker room? And I think the first step is, if you're not a captain and you may be on the other side, you got to be open-minded and admit it, because I don't think a lot of people want to be a cancer. And I think you have a really good chance of changing that and going from a cancer to a captain if you have self-awareness to know that it's happening. And so let me start out, and tell you, I don't know it all. I'm not perfect, but let me just give you a background of in all of my imperfections, why I think I can talk on this subject. Is in high school, undersized, was a captain in football, won a state championship, went on to play Division II football, undersized. It's not like you're playing at Alabama or D1, but for my size and what God gave me to be a 4-year starter at a Division II level was pretty close to up there with what the gifts that I was given. And so I was a captain there also. And then I was blessed to come in and work with a great leader and a couple great coaches in the business that I'm in right now with American Income Life. And turned into a captain and leader there, and have had an opportunity, just celebrated over 18 years in this business, and the majority of it has been leading others in a business that isn't easy. So I say all that to tell you, I feel like I got some education and background to talk on this subject. And, I think when I look at the cancers, these are the complainers. And there's a difference between somebody that is constructively trying to give feedback in order to help themselves, the team, and the organization, and somebody that is just a complainer. And so, there was a book out before, and they talked about, I think the book was Above the Line. So I think, a good way to explain this is BCD. I think people that are cancerous tend to do more BCD. It's blaming, complaining, and defending. Always pointing blame as to why they didn't get the job done, or blaming it on the organization, complaining about what's not right, defending when anything don't go right, instead of taking forms of ownership. Those are some signs. And then, you look at outside of the complaining and the BCD, it's the person that's talking behind the back of the leader to others in the locker room that can't change the situation, lobbying for a position, for themselves. And so, when you look at that, I think it's like you're going to always have conflict on teams. Difference of personalities, difference of opinions. And I think it's necessary as a coach, because even myself, I always say, at some point, everybody's a coach and everybody's a player. In a lot of sense, I'm a coach, but there's a corporation, there's a corporate company above my organization, and I have to be a player. And I would like to think that over the years that I've been a good teammate in the locker room to encourage growth in the company and encourage others more than I ever would bring them down or talk bad about people. So, I think when you look at, are you a cancer? I think if you're, I want friends. I saw a saying that says, I want friends that talk bad to me, to my face, and talk great about me behind my back. I want friends that'll talk bad about me to my face, but talk great about me behind my back. And I think, we're human. You'll have moments, right? But I think for the most part, I think if you could approach the situation as, look, I got some things that I think aren't positive for the group, for the team. That's another thing on cancers. Cancers are always worried about themselves only. We're all human, right? As kids, it's around the holidays, you see kids don't want to share their toys very often. We're born this way. We're born kind of selfish. And so it's a development of yourself to fight the urge of having the disease of me. I think cancers have the disease of me. Everything's about me, 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 me. And captains and great leaders and teammates, they're all, of course, you're going to have some selfishness for sure. But it's about how can I make the group better. And so when I look at that, it's cancerous if you're always talking negative behind your back, the back of your coach to others. Even if you don't like your coach, it's going to backfire on you and end up causing people on your team and in your organization to not be coachable to you and to make them question you, as opposed to thinking that you're building loyalty to yourself and not to the coach. You're going to cause your own team to implode and explode. You just watch, if you don't believe me. So I think the healthier way to go about that is in the locker room, 9 times out of 10. Once in a while, we may have to huddle up. Hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? For coach, I don't really love this decision, but it is what it is. I think it all can be summarized by this. Is any good coach needs feedback from his players, especially his better players and the bottom. Needs feedback. And I think a good coach will take some of that feedback into consideration. But after the feedback has been taken and a decision has been made, I think the growth mindset, the captain is the person that says, all right, coach made this play call. It's not what I want to do. It's not what I would have liked. But now I'm going to run this play call like it was my own idea. Is what it is. I'm not the coach. So I told coach how I felt. Coach heard me out, but says this is the play call. Now I'm running this play call like it was my play call and I'm going all in. Versus the cancer says, I'm going to voice my opinion to the coach. Coach don't change the play. If coach don't change that play, I'm on strike. I'm taking other people down with me and I'm talking negative about the coach behind his back. That's the difference between a cancer and a champion. Is after we break the huddle, what do you do? Whether you agree or disagree, because we're not always going to agree. I also saw something, I think this again was a John Maxwell said, every leader in the organization, when things go down, and let's talk about things going down in a bad way, okay? When things go down, every leader in the organization is carrying a bucket. They're carrying 1 bucket of gasoline and 1 bucket of water. What type of leader are you? So I think the champions are carrying water. The cancers are carrying gasoline. There's a problem. They pour gasoline on the fire. Makes the fire bigger. Versus the leader and the captain says there's a problem. I'm going to come to the locker room, put this out. I'm going to put this out for my teammates, for my coaches. I'm going to put water on it and see how many buckets of water do they need for me to put on it. How can I be a good teammate? I think sometimes if you look at the difference in cancers and champions, you look at the cancers are hateful and the champions are grateful. Hateful like a hater. So we're competing. We're in competition. And people that are, maybe they didn't win, and I want to win, but we're on the same team, same company, same whatever. I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for the things that they do. I'm grateful we get leads. I'm grateful we get a bonus. I'm grateful for the leader that I got, even though he's not perfect or she's not perfect. I'm grateful. I look at all the things that I'm grateful. I think the captains are looking at all the things they're grateful for, while voicing to the coach some things that they think can change. And I think the cancers are just haters. If they didn't win, they hate on the team that won. If they didn't win, they hate on the person that won. They're grouchy, they're grumpy if they didn't win. Me, the disease of me. I think if you're a captain, you understand that it comes with great responsibility. I think sometimes the cancers think that the higher they climb, the more rights that they should have. I think the captains understand the higher that you climb, sometimes the less rights that you have, because people are looking up to you. So I can't do this. I can't do that because I want to lead people down the right. I can't snap out like this the way I want to. I can't get up late. I can't do these things because even though I can, because I'm the leader now and I'm up here, I want to set the tone for the rest of the locker room, so I can't do that. I have less rights. The bigger I get, I have less rights. And I think the champions understand that, and I think the cancers think the world owes it to them because they climbed up the ladder. Are you the loafer because you're a leader and have some good stats? Are you the one loafing in practice? Or are you the one running sprints, beating everybody like Michael Jordan up and down the court? Kobe Bryant, Tom Brady. You look at the people that have consistently won championships. They're the leaders. Like, I've had multiple Hall of Fame great coaches tell me that if your best players have that type of attitude, you have a chance to have that great attitude in your culture. Do you help your teammates or do you tear them down? And I mean not your exact. So if I'm on the defense and you're on the offense, am I willing to help the offense? Or if I'm in this company and I'm running the team here and you're running the team on the other side and you call me and ask me a question, am I willing to help you? Do you help your teammates or do you tear them down? I think sometimes the cancers, if they don't score, if they didn't have the most points, even if their team won, they're upset. I think the captains and the leaders understand, even if I didn't score the most points, I'm happy because my team won. That's a captain. That's a leader versus a cancer. We won 4 games in a row, but I didn't score enough. I'm mad. Now, there could be, I'm mad, I'm going to the coach because I think I can help the team better, score more, but it is what it is. I'm happy versus I'm going to spread cancer around the locker room and drag my coach's attitude down because I didn't get the ball enough. I think it was the former UCLA Bruins coach, won over 10 national championships, that said the person that scores has 10 hands. Because a basketball team, there's 5 players playing at one time. Each of them got 2 hands. It's 10 hands. And so as the leader, your job is when you score to give credit to the whole team and to make sure everybody else is getting love versus the individual that unless I score, I ain't giving nobody no love. I think the cancers look for the negative in every positive. And I think the captains look for the positive in every negative. In my experience, explosive conflict, only 10% of the time is due to a difference of opinion. 90% is the delivery and the tone of voice of the person. I think if you're looking at yourself and you're saying, I don't want to be a cancer, or you're looking at yourself, you're saying, I want to be a captain, then understand there's going to be times of conflict and start working on your delivery and your tone of voice with respect to other people when dealing with conflict, being open to a difference of opinion and having respect and working on your delivery will make strides for the amount of fires that you're able to put out. Because as I wrap this message up, I just want to remind you, simple way to be put, leaders. I know everybody out there wants to be a leader and a captain. When problems arise, remember that you got a bucket of gas and a bucket of water, and try to be the one that pours water on. As a captain, understand the liaison between the coach and the team is you, and you represent that coach, and you got to be loyal and you got to look out for both sides, but you have to be that person that even if there's conflict or even if there's disagreements, it's like having children, that if there's an argument with the spouse, you don't go talking bad to the kids and polluting the house. You don't let the house see it. You don't let the kids see it. You handle it internally and bring positivity to your household, bring positivity to your family. That's the difference between a champion, a captain, and a cancer. The maturity. Okay? So I just want to, as always, thank you for the time invested into the GRINDcast. I have nothing but well wishes for all of you and each of you that chooses to spend your time with us. We appreciate you so much. And I just want to encourage you all out there to continue to be lifters of people and not leaners. Hard times last, or hard times, tough times come, but tough times don't last for tough people, right? Tough times don't last, tough people do. You've heard that, right? So I know there's a percentage of people out there that are probably going through some hard times right now. Tough times don't last, tough people do. Be a champion, be a leader, control what you can control, and we're grateful for you, all right? Thanks for joining us on another episode of the GRINDcast. Get ready. It's a new day.